Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I am bringing you my Peaceful Place Christmas box. I absolutely fell in love with this suite when I saw it. As you can see, this is just a basic box. It just has this gorgeous scene on the back, on the lid, sorry. Some pretty dazzling sequins there as well, and this beautiful shiny ribbon. So yeah, this is another new suite from the catalogue. Yeah, as I say, as soon as I saw it, I knew it was going to be one of my favourites, mainly because of the grey. I don't know if it's picking it up, but there is silver in the DSP as well. So what is this suite? So we have Peaceful Cabin stamp set, which, to be fair, I have actually only used that sentiment. Haven't used any of the other stamps yet. But yeah, so Peaceful Cabin, beautiful stamps. The dies, as you can see, I've used some here. So we have the cabin here, and then this one is the one I used to do the layer. This one I used for the trees, but as you can see, there are various other options available. The fence panel, the little fox, I think it is. Another fence panel here, then there's the snowflakes and the trees. So yeah, it is really nice. The white glittered organdy ribbon, really pretty, really nice, and looks really effective against the grey. The subtle shimmer sequins, so as you can see there, beautiful. There's silver, like a brushed silver, and then iridescent, I guess. They're really pretty. You also get timber embossing folder, which again I haven't used on this one, but you can be sure I will, because I love my embossing folders. Then we have snowy white velvet sheets. So obviously to you they just look like white cardstock, but they are velvet. I don't know if it will pick up the texture there. Maybe you can see it there, the texture on here. So these are velvet, this is velvet, looks really lovely. And then we have the DSP. So let me just clear this, and I can show you this stunning DSP. So as you can see, it's speciality. So we have the glitter one side, so we have some trees here full length, and this is the one I'll be using that I've just cut down to fit on my lid, but that's the one I will be using. Beautiful, they're all really pretty. Then you've got this one that has sort of 6x6 images on them, but again you can see the silver in the trees. Another fabulous B-side, as I call it. That was the one I used on my original box. And then this lovely check, gorgeous timber effect here, and trees lined up. This reminds me of rain on a window, and I think it looks lovely. Again, silvery, and then some cabins on the back. And then this final one, which is sort of double-sided, so you could cut down the middle and have the two images there. And then that one has just some fine lines on the back. But yeah, just absolutely stunning. But I literally sat and looked at this suite for ages before I could decide what to make, because I was just like, I don't want to use these papers, they're so pretty. So let's go on and make this box then. So I'm going to make the base, because that is the easiest part, and the base is 10 inches by 10 inches, or 25 by 25 centimetres, and we're going to score all of our sides at 2 inches, which will be 5 centimetres. And then whilst I've got my scoreboard out, we're going to do the lid as well. So don't forget to use a shim, and your cardstock for this is 9 by 9 or 23 by 23 centimetres. And we're going to score at 1.5 on all 4 sides, which will be 4 centimetres. Okay, once we've done that, put that away, So I'm going to put the lid over here to one side and we'll just make the base up first. So simple making up of boxes. This catalogue does go live on the 3rd of August, so if you don't have one yet, by all means get in touch and I will send one out to you. I can only send out to France, Germany, Austria and the Netherlands. Crikey, it feels like a long time since I've said that. Or the UK. So by all means contact me on my blog, my emails, Facebook, whichever way you feel comfortable. And if you live in any of those areas, then I can send you a catalogue out. And the good thing as well is we have Celebration, a second phase of Celebration as well. So that is for, wait a minute, let me get the correct figures. £45 or €60 to qualify for one of our free gifts, or we have second level free gifts that are £90 or £120. Once you reach that bracket, then you will be able to claim a Celebration. That's before any shipping and handling fees are added. So yes, if you would like a catalogue, please let me know. Okay, so smoky slate I'm using here, and as you can see, just cut the 4 corners and add my adhesive. So just make these spaces up, and I will actually be using these boxes to put some presents in, I think. They're a good size, so you could fill with all manner of goodies, but that is your base. So let's pop that to one side, back in with the lid. So I am going to fold and burnish these score lines, and I am going to cut the wedges out of the corners to create those tabs. But I'm not going to build the lid up yet because I want to decorate the lid before I stick it together. Okay, so cut those wedges, and then okay, so once you've done that, we then need to add our DSP. I'm really excited about using this one. I want to know how this is going to look. So my DSP is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4, or 14.5 by 14.5 centimetres. I'm really excited about making some cards with this too. There were literally sort of 3 or 4 sweets in this new catalogue that just jumped out at me and said, please buy me, please create with me, I am so pretty. And so I did. Okay, so, oh look at it, it's just gorgeous. I mean, that in itself, with just a little sentiment, really would be enough, wouldn't it? But that's not why we're here. So, I have my velvet sheet that sadly pick up every bit of fluff and dust and muck going. Okay, so then I need my dies, which I've put over here. So I'm going to go with my trees, which I just need to get off there. So trees first, and I'm just literally going to sit them on. So I need to kind of work out where I want these trees to sit, and then I also need to figure out where my cabin is going to go, because I don't want my cabin to overlap. So I think I'm going to have to push that up slightly there, and then my cabin can go there. So I'm going to pop this on to roughly where I said I wanted it, and then just with my scissors I'm just going to snip slightly longer, because I can always cut it down where I need to cut. So I'm just going to cut this down to there, so I can save that bit. Then I'm going to run this through my cut and emboss machine. Pop that on there, and then I'm going to just make sure that firstly my top of my tree is just at the top of the velvet paper, so I still have that depth, and that the edge here is at the edge because I can trim down from the other side then. So let's run that through. Take this out. There's a fly buzzing around now as well, which isn't good. Take that out. Bring my lid back in, and then if I sit my... Okay, so I just need to trim the width of this now, so I'm going to turn it that way, and it needs to be 5 3/4. So we'll just take that edge off, and then that will sit just there. And then I need my smoky slate here for my cabin, so I'm going to cut this down to 5 3/4, and then put my trees away and get my cabin dies. Move that out of the way, bring my die cut machine back in, put my card on, and then you will see, again, I'm going right to the top to give me as much scope as I can for trimming, and then this, so that's going, so that now fits either side of my card. This is to the top here, and then this just sits in the die. Okay, so it just sits in there perfectly. So I'm happy with that there. Let's pop this on, make sure it didn't just overlap or move, and then run this through. Okay, so that can come off out of the way, and then that will come off. This will come out of the way, and then if you just very carefully lift this up, thankfully it leaves a lot of the bits behind. We'll get rid of that for now because I don't need any more of it, so I can clean that in a moment. Bring your lid back in, and then you just need to either use your die brush or your piercing tool, take your pick, just to pop out those negatives. And then there's the bits here for the roof. And what I like about laying this over the velvet sheets is that it looks like snow actually on the cabin, because it sits just on there. So I've done this one a bit lower down, but that's fine because obviously I want to see the trees. Now if you wanted to, you could move it up a fraction, and then that will just sit there. So I need to mark just where, so it's just there. So I've marked that with my nail. I know you guys can't see it, but luckily I can. And then I just want to, so I'm just going to move it down a fraction because I can see where that needs to be, so I can cut off that excess. So this one is quite a bit lower than the other one, but I'm actually going to put the ribbon around the top for this one. So that sits there, and then this one layers over the top. I like that one. So let's get these stuck down. So sticking my velvet on here. So that one on there. And then my little house, my cabin. Again, just putting adhesive as and where you can. And this is going to sit across the bottom here. There we go. How pretty does that look? And then we need two. So I have found, since we lost our circle punches, I found it really hard to get notches in lids. Well, I found an ingenious answer. A heart punch works like a dream if you just get it sideways. Perfect. So yeah, use your heart punch to cut your notches. Works like a dream every time. So I'm going to pop this together now, and then I can put my ribbon on. So adhesive on all of your tabs there. As you know me, I place one side together, bring the base in, and then once it's all in place, just close it up like so, and then you can just take it off, whoop, and press those bits down. Okay, so I need to add my ribbon, and I'm going to add it to the top, I think, this time, because I don't really have room down here and I don't want it to go over the cabin, so I think I'm going to add it to the top. And I simply adhered it just to the inside of the lid, so I need a square end there, and I just put my strip of my adhesive just in there, added my ribbon just like so, and then I just pulled it round and then made sure I had the right length, and then again just add your adhesive on the inside and just check that it's taut and lined up, and then you can just tie that one in, and that gives you your band there. So I can now pop this on my box, and this will just give me a bit of a sturdier edge to work with. Okay, and then I'm going to make a bow, which is really easy when you've got the ends like this. Tie your bow. So this suite is on page 36 and 37 of your new catalogue. So there's my little bow. Trim the tails, and then back with these awkward glue dots, and then I'm going to put the bow this side, so that will just sit there. My subtle shimmer sequins, I used my multi-purpose glue, my Tombow, and all I did was I used my putty end of my take your pick, grabbed a sequin or two, and then I just simply squoze my glue till I got a tiny bit, dabbed it on, and then just placed them, although the putty's too good here, placed them randomly on my box. So you can just go along, and as you can see, you can do as many or as few as you want. I'm going to add Just a couple more here, just so you can see them. Right, we'll leave that for a moment because I want to do my sentiment. So I have some of my, I'll use that piece, some of my smoky slate, and then I have some basic white here, and I'm going to stamp in some smoky slate, as long as I don't throw it away. And oh, my desk is such a mess now. Back in with this, and I'm still going to go with Wishing You the Best. I wonder where it had gone then. So just stamping that on here in that lovely smoky slate. Trim that down to size, and yeah, yet again I've used a punch that I can't remember the name of. Oh, this is the treasured tag, so I don't know what the other one was that I used, but I'm going with treasured tags for this one. As I said before, they'll be on my blog, so we'll go for the 3/4 there. And just trim that down, and then this one will be 1 inch, which I will also just trim down. Okay, so bring in this beautiful punch. So this one will go in there, and then this one equally will go in. Just make sure it's straight. That's not very straight, is it? Okay. Oh my crumbs, that's really not straight, but it'll be okay. Right, dimensionals on the back of both, and then I'm going to pop this one onto here, onto my, that is so wonky, isn't it? No, I have to redo that. I'm sorry. I really can't leave it looking that wonky. That wasn't even a poor wonky, that was a really shocking wonky. Right. And some things you can leave, some things you just can't, and that I really just couldn't. Right, that's better. And then we want to make sure, oh crumbs, I nearly stuck that on then, that I've got the right, so I'm going to go about there. Okay, keep everything crossed that this doesn't go wonky. Come on, thank you very much. Better, better, better. Okay, that will now sit on there. What did I do with them? Threw them here. Add some dimensionals, and then if you want to, you can add some more of those lovely sequins. And I think, yeah, I am going to go on the ribbon, I think, of that one. And then, yeah, I don't know where my sequins have gone. Oh, they're here. So yeah, if you want to just add a couple more, oh, there's a nice shiny, shiny. So there's one, and then I'm going to go for one of these iridescent type, just to stick there. And there you go. That is your, I can't even remember what I called it, Peaceful Place Christmas box. Oh my goodness, aren't they gorgeous? I hope you like them too, and I hope to see you all again very soon. Bye.